Welcome back. Fresh developments when it comes to price action, or at least price moves in crude. Pete McGuire from NG Farah, Chief Market Economist and Strategist, joining us. Pete, welcome to you.
Good morning,
Let's
Carson.
talk Rosneft, which just sits across the water from the Kremlin. You can see the reflection in their nameplate, no less. If you happen to toddle past, what's the significance of this in the Chinese connection?
Well, Rosneft, as you know, is the largest producer, state-owned out of Russia, and they're saying that they're going to increase supply going into China. China is, very, very concentrated on Russian oil and reliant on them because of vast pipelines that crisscross all of that whole Russia region. And they're just realising that, the growth story as far as China and oil production and oil consumption isn't going away. Automobiles, planes, all forms of distillates and diesels and so on.
Is Iran jockeying for that market share?
Well, China is Iran's largest trading partner, and also India is their second largest. And there's no doubt that those sanctions are biting terribly on Iran, losing about $5 billion a month. That's what the headline number is. And even we've got to a point now that Indian oil refiners are going to, they're having difficulties as far as getting insurance for that Iranian crude. So the Iranians are saying, look, we'll cover the insurance factor to the Iranian refiners. So that's how complicated it is, and that's the whole issue at play. Iran really is being stifled nearly to the point of, bankruptcy, and it's really affecting, and that's what these sanctions were designed to do. You can't lose sight of that. And this is a year on, and it's really hitting them terribly hard.
Is there a breaking point at some point?
Well, the breaking point would be if crude collapsed in price, and I don't see that happening. If it returned back to the 1990 levels, yes, but it's not going to happen. There's no great driver out there to make crude prices lower.
This is a short and sweet segment. Let's finish with sugar.
Sugar, Mexico, the production numbers are just hitting the ball out of the park. They've been over the moon as far as great harvest and, of course, increasing yield and acreage allotment. So the numbers are just, outstanding. They've had two things that really, and we talk about that year on year, great weather, so you can't beat the weather, and as far as the production numbers, they've just been wonderful harvest.
Is there likely to be upside if you're an investor in that space?
I think possibly what it might flow onto is cheaper sugar prices, but we'll have to keep an eye on that in the months ahead.
You can have two rather than one in your coffee.
Well, that's true.
Thank you, Pete.
Thank you, Carson.
Thanks.
See you.
Good to see you. More trading day coming up. Rising bond yields, an issue for equity markets as well. George Bruce joining us next.
See you guys.